Hi, my name is Jen, and I love puns. I can't eat real food because my body hates me. I'm awkward. I specialize in drunk, oversharing, and hand-holding. I have ADHD, and also this. I'm gay. Jesus. It does. It feels really good to say that. I don't want this to define me or change your perception of me. I don't want this to be all that I am. To quote Cosima on Orphan Black, my sexuality is not the most interesting thing about me. None of the things that I listed at the beginning of this video define my total package. I've embraced them and allowed them to be a part of me and allowed them to enhance who I am as a person. And that's just what I'm doing now with my gayness. I'm embracing it and allowing it to be a part of me and letting it enhance who I am. So I've chosen to tell you this on this date for a reason. Today marks the halfway point of the Selfie Love project, an initiative I attempted to start at the beginning of the year and have been taking a part of to promote self-love and self-acceptance through taking a selfie every single day or just not feeling guilty about taking selfies. There is a part of me that I haven't loved, that I have hated for as long as I can remember. And a few months ago, I started researching internalized homophobia and just general self-hatred and self-loathing. That's a really hard word to say. And I kind of realized how much I have despised who I am because I'm gay. And how hard it's been for me to accept that part of me fully and without question or doubt. I've always had this image in my head since I was little of what my ideal life was, and it was, you know, being married to a gorgeous man and having lots of little rugrats and having a successful acting career and just being happy. But that never felt right, like perfectly right. But if I change one word in that concept, it kind of makes my stomach really fluttery and excited like it did when I was like 15. And that's to be married to a gorgeous woman and have lots of little rugrats and a successful acting career and to just be really happy. Accepting this part of me, finally, is allowing that 15-year-old who's excitable and energetic and so driven to finally kind of come back to me, and she's been gone for a really, really long time. And I suddenly feel like I am capable of doing all those things that I've wanted to do again, and that anything is possible because I'm comfortable with who I am. Before, being gay was perfectly fine for someone else, but not for me. I was terrified of being gay, and I'm still terrified, but the fear is different. Instead of a fear that holds me back and makes me hate myself, it's a driving fear. It's a fear that makes me want to become a better person, to go after my dreams, to strive to tell stories and make lives better and enrich the world, I guess. It's a fear that makes me want to actually be happy. That's why I'm making this video, because I want to be proud of who I am, and I am proud of who I am, and I want to be happy. Sometimes I think about that question of if you could be straight, would you want to be? And in terms of making my life easier and making myself more acceptable to other people, kind of in my head, I say, well, maybe, but actually no, because I like girls too much and they're so pretty. And I don't want to change who I am for other people and for other people's convenience. I should be who I am because it makes me happy and it makes me a better person and it makes me feel good. I think I started questioning my sexuality way earlier than I realized. I mean, I've always had this natural curiosity, but like little baby elementary school Jen had some serious game. I somehow managed to convince basically all of my friends to participate in group showers to save hot water. Like, come on, okay? But there were other things too. I always preferred to have posters of Britney Spears and Pink on my walls instead of Backstreet Boys and Nick Carter and NSYNC, you know? And I used that classic repressed gay person excuse of, well, they're just really talented artists and I want to be just like them. Like, come on. Seriously. So if the signs were around when I was in elementary school and middle school, they really flared up when I was in high school, even though I didn't realize it. Like, looking back, there was a teacher that I was absolutely in love with. Well, as in love as a 14-year-old can be with an adult. But I just remember this like strong feeling towards this teacher, and I cried my eyes out when she left our school. Just was devastated, and I don't think I realized why at the time, but I know now. I feel like I should apologize for this, but I don't have to. So then there were moments with my best friends where they would come really close and I'd think, oh my God, what if she kisses me? And I'd get butterflies in my stomach and I'd get all flushed, and then I would push those feelings down really hard. I don't think they were like real, genuine feelings, like be my Valentine kind of feelings. I think it was just my body and my brain trying to tell me, like desperately trying to tell me that I liked girls, but I was really good at like just getting rid of it. Also, my friends are hot, like in a platonic way, but so yeah, I repressed those feelings really far down. I started making excuses as to why I never had a boyfriend or an interest in one. I took a chastity pledge in school, which was really helpful because it basically just avoided that whole conversation. And at that point, due to my lack of proper sex education, the type of sex that I knew about, which I learned about from like the internet and my friends, wasn't a kind of sex that I was interested in. So I figured I just wasn't interested in having sex. What I'm trying to say here is that a proper sex education probably would have lessened this struggle quite a bit. I told myself that I was too busy and I was going to an all-girls Catholic school, so I never had a chance to meet boys anyway. And any interest that I had in a guy was a result of them showing an interest in me first. I felt a responsibility to like them back because I thought that they were doing me a huge favor by liking me. And that feeling came from a place of insecurity. A place that really isn't gone now. But even though I don't feel regret for a lot of the things that I did, I'll be damned if I haven't learned from them. It was around this time in high school when I watched Imagine Me and You. And that same overwhelming voice in my head that said, oh, I just like these artists because they're talented and I want to be like them, said, oh, I just like this movie because it's a really compelling story and it's really well done. Except that that whispering voice was behind it too. I hated that voice. But I kept provoking it. Because really soon after that, I discovered South of Nowhere, a teenage television drama about teenage gay girls struggling with labels. I was ashamed to watch these things, and I would only ever watch them when no one was home, but I still watched them. Since then, there have been a ton of other influences that have helped me realize who I am. Hannah Hart, Rose and Rosie, Orphan Black. I think one of the reasons that being gay was so hard for me was before I saw these influences like Hannah and Rose and Rosie and Orphan Black, the only image of lesbians in my head was your traditional butch kind of lesbian. More traditional women just weren't gay, and I like wearing dresses and makeup and heels and dressing up, so how could I possibly be gay? I think that's why I still struggle to identify with the word lesbian. With Imagine Me and You and all of these other shows and movies and people, the women didn't look like they could be gay. And if they could be gay, then maybe I could too. Which brings me to my final influence. The show that brought me to making this video. Fun Home. Seeing Fun Home broke me. But like, it broke me in the best way possible. So I don't really cry much. But when I saw Fun Home, I was sobbing. Like, snot dripping out of my nose, tears running from my eyes, makeup smeared all over my face, sobbing. It was incredible. And it broke me. Something inside of me snapped. And a few weeks later, I decided that I needed to come out. I just got chills. It's like that giddiness is starting to hit now that I'm doing this. If I'm being honest, I don't think past Jen could ever have thought that this video was possible. But that's because past Jen wasn't concerned with loving herself. She was concerned with how other people loved her. Past Jen was terrified of a lot of things. She and present Jen have that in common. But present Jen knows more now, wants more now, and knows she deserves more now. Present Jen has a good fear. Because I know who I am is okay. Is this really happening? Am I really gonna post this? I've gotten to know God quite well through my years in Catholic school. And I've learned how to listen to God, which, if you know me, is kind of a big deal. And I know that my God has told me that who I am is okay, and who I love is okay. There's a voice in my head that is louder than my anxiety voice. This voice is so sure and so steady and so calm. And when I reflect, when I allow myself to sit and to listen, it's still sure and steady and calm and loud. And it's telling me that who I am is okay, and who I love is okay, and that it's okay. And I mean, you don't have to believe that voice, but I do, and it's the reason that I can make this video, because I know that it's okay. Yes. So, thank you. Thank you for listening. I know I rambled a lot, but I kind of just needed to get this out for myself. This is kind of a huge step in accepting and loving myself for who I am. And honestly, I want you to be a part of that, and for you to be with me on this journey of self-discovery or acceptance or whatever you want to call it. And I guess the first step well, it's not the first step, it's like the 12th step in accepting myself, is by being open and honest with you guys about who I am. So that's me, you know? Anxiety-ridden, ADHD having, weird-ass, oversharing, hand-holding me. I really don't think I'm any different. Maybe a little happier. Is that why gay means happy? It makes so much sense now. So thank you. Okay, so I wanted to end this video on that, but I really need to tell you because this is... It is June 26th when I'm filming this. I have been planning on filming this video on this day for probably a month at least, because I knew I was going to have the day off in the house to myself. It is June 26th. The Supreme Court ruled today that gay marriage was legal in all 50 states. It's unconstitutional to deny it, all of those things. I'm getting chills thinking about it. And it's just one of those things that, like, reminds me that I'm supposed to be doing this. And today is the day to be making this video, and it's right. So I just wanted you to know that it's today, June 26th, is the day that I filmed this. And it feels good, and it feels right. So, thank you. It's over. Well, I have to edit it, but it's over.